All right, Aaron. Meanwhile, schools across Michigan that have made the decision to reopen are working on future plans related to COVID-19 exposure.
Angelina McCall spoke with Rockford Public Schools about what the domino effect will be for the rest of the classroom if just one student tests positive. Angeline?
Janice, Derek, this is by far a very tricky situation for educators. They know that in-person instruction has been proven to be most effective for students. At the same time, just one positive case in a classroom could put dozens of others out for school for days, if not longer, while waiting to see if symptoms arise or waiting for a COVID test result.
Empty classrooms now in Rockford, but later these will look different with socially distant desks and other measures to keep kids safe.
We've been working hard at this during the summer months, and we will be prepared.
Superintendent Mike Scheibler is giving parents two choices: online learning or remote learning. The administrative team is looking to public health officials for guidance in the event that a COVID exposure happens in the classroom.
I'm expecting to get help. School districts across the state should be expecting to get help and assistance on these issues because you got to contain it. And the only way you're going to contain it is to follow those steps that are outlined and so forth to make sure that you're limiting the exposure.
The district will take on the new responsibility of contact tracing within their walls and ask those who have been exposed by another student or staff member to monitor symptoms, and right now are asking for immediate testing.
Well, I don't want to have to wait for a week to find out if somebody is or is not contagious and so forth. And that's a real issue that we've been promised, that these test kits will be available, that there will be testing centers.
Theoretically, students could be asked more than once to get tested if multiple cases arise in one particular classroom, or, for example, during an extracurricular activity. When it comes to reopening and COVID exposure plans, the Michigan Education Association says they want their members to be a part of those discussions.
Our position has been that reopening will depend on the advice and the direction of public health experts. Included in that discussion should be educators. They should have input on any decisions about reopening schools because the health of their families, their colleagues, and themselves are at risk.
Scheibler says teachers have already been joining in on those conversations at Rockford, knowing that discussions and plans could change entirely at any point.
The key word to all of this is flexibility. Yeah, we have to be flexible until we understand more about what COVID is all about.
And just to reiterate, these are very fluid situations, and Superintendent Scheibler said that what works this week might not work, for instance, in a few weeks or even a few months down the line. Now, the state has said that testing kits are currently widely available, which is one of the biggest resources to schools who plan to reopen. In Rockford's case, they are looking at the possibility of having the school nurse, for example, administer those tests. Live in the studio, Angelina McCall, Fox 17 News.